Speaking of football players, man, I cannot have you here and not ask you about Maradona. Maradona, that's how you say it.
Yeah, it's with one N.
It's with one N.
Yeah.
I have very mixed emotions.
You always have to say the full name.
Diego
Armando Maradona.
Okay,
Because it's so beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful names you can have. Evert Winkelmans. It's so fucking ugly. Hey,
you sound Dutch. You have a very
German,
Dutch name.
German, Winkelmans.
Yeah.
But Diego Armando Maradona, it dances. It's so beautiful. Armando has the same letters as Maradona, so it's perfect. The perfect name to be famous.
Where were you when you found out the news?
I was on my training ride with my bike, and I came back home, and my fiancée said, "I have terrible news." And I thought,
"Oh my God!"
She said Maradona died, and I was really shocked. Yeah, I was like, whoa, flabbergasted, holding back tears. Yeah, it was a shock. It's an icon.
Yeah.
And you can say a lot about him, but he changed stuff. He was something, yeah, you knew him. Everybody knew him. He was like one of your friends. Everybody knew a story about Maradona. If you're a football fan, you were shocked.
I'm gonna be honest because I'm a football fan. No. I'm it didn't impact me to that extent simply because I never, I wasn't around to see him play. I know who he is and all these things, but I just got to know the crazy retired Maradona who was doing fuck you and doing coke in the stands, and so it has definitely distorted my idea of him. But I completely understand because I had a very similar experience with Kobe Bryant. That I always used to not make fun of people who mourn famous people. I just didn't get it. Like I remember when Michael Jackson died, I didn't really get it. How people's
crying. Yeah.
I was like, that's
they were depressed
weird.
for weeks.
I never got that. But when Kobe died,
you were shocked.
It fucked me up for. First of all, you were talking about holding back tears, and not to make this a competition, but I literally cried. I didn't cry.
It's a time of your life, because you watched Kobe so many times. You watched everything he did. You bought his books. It's part of your own life.
And the main thing is for me, he wasn't supposed to die. That's how
it was an accident.
It took away this belief that I had successfully reestablished in the universe. And I always talk about that,
That's deep.
Yeah, but I always talk about, I just did a video the other day saying, life's not fucking fair. Like anything can happen. Like, and I live by that. But somehow certain things still remained constant somehow. And Kobe Bryant living a long and successful, healthy life. He just won an Oscar with his short movie. Yeah. It's like, wow, he's still killing it. Like, yeah, that's my Mamba. That's my man. And when he, the way he died, like in such a gruesome manner, taking his daughter with him, the whole other family, like, wow. And it took me a good 2 weeks. And it has changed me because every time I would see something pop up about Kobe, again I would get reminded. Yeah. Like I forgot that he had died somehow, and I would have in those 2 weeks and even later on I would have numerous moments in a day where I like fuck it, he really died.
Yeah, and I admire people that can do things I can't, and it's in sports because I'm so passionate about sports. So I can see a great football player and I can really admire him, and then it's hard to realize that they're gone. It's strange. And I have it also with Kobe Bryant or like people that were so good in their jobs. I just admired their work, and you would want to live on forever.
It's crazy, man, and especially like it's weird because we've both been very close to death. We both look death in the eyes, and still it's something that really is something that I constantly think about, life and death, and I talk about it a lot too, probably a little bit too much for the people around me.
Yeah, you just also have to look at the beautiful things like Maradona. I just want to put on YouTube and look at his 100 finest goals, and it just makes me happy as well.
Which is the Maradona documentary that I should watch? Because I want to watch like a...
There's only one modern one. That's Diego Armando Maradona by Asif Kapadi.
Okay.
And that's he did the documentary about Senna and Amy Winehouse. So
okay, right.
he has a track record, and it's like image-wise, it's awesome documentary. He found images in a basement in Napoli, VHS tapes with unseen footage, and it's awesome. The story...
Tell me, man, because I know the director and you...
Story could be better, but the image-wise, it's wonderful. You're really in the zone for 1 hour, 20 minutes, I think. So you're really inside Maradona's head, but the story could be better.
When you say that, do you mean that you would have altered the story, or you would have kind of like, not changed the facts, but I mean, you would have done a different order in which you told the story, or you would have like a different synopsis, or...
I think he could take more risk in how to tell the story. It's really chronological and
safe.
Yeah, you knew up front, in 2 minutes you're gonna talk about that, in 3 minutes you're gonna see that. So you knew as a viewer what's coming next. And I like documentaries that, bam, whoa.
Catch you off guard.
I couldn't see that one coming, and that's what I like in documentaries. But it's a beautiful documentary. It won a lot of prizes. So.
What's your opinion on The Last Dance, Michael Jordan?
I don't know, because I don't know if I have to believe Michael Jordan. That's my biggest problem.
Before you get started, this has been the overall critique. It's like, it's not so much a documentary as it was this one-sided kind of like propaganda tale. I mean...
Where is Luke Longley? For a fact, what Isaiah Thomas is being put out as the villain. Why? Well, maybe he's right. So there are a lot of moments I think, this is a lot of Michael Jordan, but it's a great documentary, and what makes it great is the footage, the secret footage from that 1 year, and how it's told, and its production value is awesome. I'm really jealous as a television maker. The production value, you can see people have worked really hard on that series, and that's what I like. And I can listen to Michael Jordan forever. When he's talking and he's sitting there in his chair
with his eyes bloodshot because of the liquor.
If you put on an interview with 10 hours just Jordan, I would still listen.
Yeah.
So no bad things about The Last Dance, but I think there will be more critique with some ex-players, colleague players, but okay.
Well, my take is it was 10 episodes, right? If I'm not mistaken. They could have done that shit in 7. They really stretched some things out. So
it's expensive to make. So more episodes
they need
is logic.
Is more, I get it from an economical point of view, but so I watched it with my girlfriend, and she really liked the first 2 episodes, right? And then at the 3rd episode, she said something that really resonated with me, and I couldn't help but agree. She was like, so, all right, I get it. You know, he's the greatest of all time. But, like, how many times are they going to say that he was the greatest of all time? Like,
setback, fight back. Setback, fight back.
And, it was a little bit like...
As a sports fan,
I'm happy it was 10.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if I wasn't such a Jordan-obsessed basketball freak, I would have been like, it's getting a little bit repetitive. It's getting like, I get it. He's the best ever. Now give me something more. And sometimes it was a little bit too much of a highlight reel.
But I learned also a lot, because it was a period I was really young, so I didn't knew everything, and I learned a lot. That's what also, every episode had something, that game, that player, that's how celebrities were that back in the days. You learned a lot. That's also something I like in documentaries. You have to learn something, and I really learned how it is to be a superstar in the NBA.
That's true.
I didn't knew that before.
That's true. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. The one thing is, again, like it was sometimes a little bit one-sided, but
otherwise it wouldn't be made.
Exactly.
And Jordan would say, fuck you.
Do you need help making better decisions? in your life? Are you lacking self-confidence and motivation to get things done? Hire me today and get a direct daily line of communication with me through video chat and audio messages. I operate on a week-to-week basis, so no long-term investment is required. 7 straight days of Viking advice will get you right on track. Email me at lorenz.dries@gmail.com and change your reality. I'm ready whenever you are. See you soon.